Back in July through September of 2021, I was buying Shiba Inu coin down here, and I sold all of my Shiba Inu around the same time that I sold all of my Bitcoin when Bitcoin was around $57,000. So I pulled nearly a 10x on my portfolio through Shiba Inu alone. And right now everyone is wondering, what are the best meme coins to buy now? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you what's about to happen next for projects like Shiba Inu, meme coins like FLOKI, Dogecoin, PEPE, DOGWIFHAT, BONK, Book of Meme, and virtually every other meme coin in the crypto industry. That way you can position yourself properly before Bitcoin goes parabolic so you can make the most amount of gains. So comment 777 if you're feeling blessed, comment 777 if you're feeling bullish. If you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree with meme coins, you know what to do. Confirm it by tapping that subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So as you guys know, there are three categories of crypto that are going to see a massive amount of liquidity flow in over the next, not only 1 to 2 years, but over the next decade going into 2030. And that's artificial intelligence, gaming, and of course, meme coins. So when the retail frenzy starts coming back into this industry at the tail end of this bull run, you can position yourself early before that liquidity flows in and we see hundreds of millions, billions, and yes, even trillions of dollars flowing in this industry. I know it sounds crazy, billions or even trillions of dollars flowing into meme coins, but we saw it happen in 2021. It happened in 2017 as well too. In this bull run, there's going to be even more people flowing in the market, and that's just a fact. And I'm going to break down the facts for you guys in this video so you can be able to see what's going on, because there's already $51 billion in the meme coin space right now. We're just getting started. Market cap of the whole industry is $2.5 trillion. And when you compare this to the stock market, this is nothing. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And so when we look at Shiba Inu, why did I sell my Shiba Inu last bull run? Well, it's because I don't date these projects, I trade these projects, and I look at when is the best time to get into the markets and when is the best time to get out of the market, so I'm not round tripping my bags. Because people that were buying into Shiba Inu at the top and were holding all the way during this bear market, it was absolutely brutal. You lost, 80 or 90% plus of your money. I think it's absolutely ludicrous to be, operating off of emotion and buying in extreme greed. The best time to be entering the markets is when nobody cares, or we're just getting started when people are barely starting to care, and the vast majority, like 80 to 90% of people, aren't back in the markets yet. And so with this little rally that took place for Shiba Inu recently and the rest of the markets, we saw every project pump up. We saw FLOKI, we saw DOGWIFHAT, we saw PEPE, we saw Dogecoin. Book of Meme just recently started surging out of nowhere in just a few days, going over $1 billion market cap. And so I want to share with you guys my perspective on what I believe is going to happen next and which projects I'm the most bullish on in the meme coin space as far as large caps. So quick disclaimer, yes, I do hold some of the altcoins that I talk about in these videos because I'm only going to share the projects that I believe in with you guys. And I hope that's okay with you, that I'm sharing stuff that I actually believe in, versus sharing stuff that I don't believe in. And if I believe in something, it only makes sense. In my opinion, it makes common sense to hold what you believe in, right? Because if you believe it's going to perform well, then you make money from that. Now, that doesn't mean that you should. In fact, don't buy, don't sell anything we talk about on our videos. I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are purely for education, informational purposes only. And just because I'm holding something doesn't mean that you should, because you should be aware of the risks in these markets, and everything could go to zero and you could lose all of your money in the crypto market. So by being aware of the risk, when you do your own research, you consult a financial advisor, you never invest more than you could afford to lose, then you could properly position yourself to win. So with that disclaimer out of the way, let's dive right in. Let's talk about what's happening in the markets, because with Shiba Inu sitting right now at a $16 billion market cap, when we click on market cap and we go to the all-time high, guys, Shiba Inu reached over $41 billion last bull run. And so with Bitcoin breaching just barely above the all-time high, I'm going to get into some analysis as well too towards the end of this video comparing to the last bull run cycle. Bitcoin's sitting at $67,000 right now. And the last time that Bitcoin did this during the previous bull run, we saw Bitcoin chop around near the all-time high of around $19,000, $20,000. Then when it passed it, it went absolutely parabolic. And so Bitcoin this bull run cycle, I'll give you my price prediction on what I believe is going to happen in the crypto market. And then also let's talk about a project that recently popped up into the top 10, for this bull run. And the chart is looking great, considering the fact that the all-time high for this project in terms of market cap was like $490 million. And currently, it's sitting at $1.8 billion compared to Shiba Inu. The reason why, I'm bullish on a project like FLOKI compared to Shiba Inu is for various reasons that I'm going to share with you guys in this video. So when we go to their website, they got the SHIB token, the BONK token, and the leash token, and then some other utility as well too within their ecosystem that they've been expanding on over the past few years. But when we look at the market cap right now, at a $16 billion market cap, and we compare it to FLOKI at a $1.8 billion, the reason why I think FLOKI has a higher upside this bull run is for a variety of different reasons. I mean, if we go to Certic right here, which is what I covered in last video, I'm going to highlight some of this stuff, and I want to bring up some new information that you guys need to know by the end of this video, because Certic gave Shiba Swap a 90.70 out of 100, which is actually really good. They're part of the top 10 percentile. When we look at FLOKI got a 91.93, a little bit better than Shiba Inu on the fundamentals, and they're also a part of the top 10 percentile. So there are areas that I think Shiba Inu does a great job on for marketing, for utility. In terms of their utility though, it's not the most fun utility. In terms of FLOKI's utility, there are some fun aspects of it that I do think beat Shiba Inu. And when we look at the chart right here, we can look at the market cap and we can look at the liquidity for Shiba Inu and look at the price action compared to FLOKI, because Shiba Inu's market cap right here on Ethereum blockchain says 16.5 billion, but the liquidity is 10.56 million. Now, if we look at FLOKI's liquidity is 21.49 million, and the market cap on the Ethereum blockchain is 1.06 billion. So there is more liquidity, and 12.7% is locked for 975 years, 80% locked for 262 years. And so the vast majority of that, guys, is virtually all of it pretty much locked. So when we look at this on the DEX score, it's a 99 out of 99. Of course, Shiba Inu got a 99 out of 99 as well too. So they're very similar, but the major key difference here is the price action, because looking at Shiba Inu's chart compared to FLOKI, when we look at where I was accumulating Shiba Inu last bull run was down here when virtually nobody cared about crypto and the markets just started to break out. And then I saw the trend shifting from retail getting back into the markets again. And all of a sudden Shiba Inu was going parabolic. And then right up here, when everyone was getting in the markets, that was the best time to be getting out of the markets, was up here. So every single day, virtually every single week, I'm going to be making videos explaining where I believe we are in the market cycle. So I was able to time Shiba Inu and hedge out of my portfolio all the way up here alongside Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm any particular genius. I just look at psychology and I look at charts and I understand certain things about, greed and fear that are very easy to understand when you pay attention to these videos. And so where we are right now in comparison to this is we are seeing the first breakout happen for this disbelief rally for the meme coin market, specifically for FLOKI. So we broke this resistance that FLOKI was at since February of 2023, even all the way back in January of 2022. Because we broke this resistance, we're going to see some choppy trading action over the next few weeks going into Bitcoin's halving. And this is all going to be dependent on what happens next with Bitcoin. But comparing back to the last market cycle, when we saw Shiba Inu breakout, if I were to zoom in for you, we saw Shiba Inu in this accumulation phase right here, forming a resistance in August of 2021, retesting in September 2021, then breaking through it by October of 2021 and consolidating sideways for a final blow off top all the way up here. And we're seeing a similar pattern form for FLOKI right here, where we see this accumulation phase and we're seeing the first little wave, the first little impulse wave of this breakout. So if I were to trace Shiba Inu's chart up next to FLOKI, it could look something like this. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to play out 100% the same way, because this bull run cycle is going to be different with institutional money coming in. It could be less, it could be more, but I'm expecting something to play out somewhat similar, where when liquidity gets injected in these markets and it starts flowing over to the meme coin space, we're going to see the large caps run first, just like we've seen recently with Dogecoin, SHIB, then PEPE, then DOGWIFHAT, and FLOKI is going to be one of the best performers in the large caps. And so for me, that's why I'm bullish on FLOKI, not just from a charting standpoint, from a liquidity standpoint, from an audit standpoint as well too, but from a utility standpoint. Because when we look at a project like DOGWIFHAT sitting at $2.89 at a $2.8 billion market cap, it's just a dog with a hat. There's not much utility to this project. So yes, something like this could go absolutely parabolic, as it has that meme culture, it has the community, it has the lore, and it has the comedy to it. But what keeps a project around, everyone knows, is utility. And so if we go to FLOKI's ecosystem and we see what they're doing in terms of their utility with their metaverse game to earn NFTs and to be able to interact with each other with their TokenFi project, with their staking, their FLOKIFi, their FLOKI prepaid cards, the FLOKI places for merchandise in their NFT marketplace, along with the University of FLOKI. That's what's going to separate this project from everything else and keep it around for the next bull run. So at the tail end of this bull run, we're going to see all these other meme coins pop up and like go away, pop up and go away. But what keeps these projects around is what the team's actually doing behind the scenes. And that's the real key there. Because when we go to Certic and we look at DOGWIFHAT, it gets a 55 out of 100. It's in the bottom 5 percentile. The code is 30 out of 100. The fundamentals are 30. Operations is 78. Governance is 30. And obviously, most retail, they don't care about this stuff because they just want the stuff that's going to make them the most money, which I completely understand. I mean, that's why you're in crypto. You want to make money. But if you really want to have the best chance of making long-term money, you want to be in the projects that not only will have the highest likelihood of making you the most money, but have the highest backing, have the best audits, have the best utility, have the best teams, have the best everything. So you're not going to see a portfolio just implode holding projects with terrible audits. And so their goal for the University of FLOKI will be to fill the gap in the crypto education space for over 1 billion users that are expected to enter Web3 in the coming years. And the University of FLOKI will be a double-edged sword for the Flokin token by, number one, becoming a premier crypto education platform. They aim to strategically introduce the FLOKI ecosystem to over 1 billion of new crypto users over the coming years. And number two, the FLOKI token will be the main utility token of the University of FLOKI. While most of the content will be freely accessible, the FLOKI token will be required to perform certain functions in the FLOKI University. So I think that's really cool because our channel is purely based on educational material, and that's how we've been able to grow the Bull Runners brand, is by providing lots and lots of free education. And then we're also going to be having premium education as well too, if you guys subscribe on bullrunners.com. So the fact that they're doing that, I can actually stand behind this because they're going to be helping people understand more about blockchain, Web3, metaverse, NFTs, cryptocurrencies, and other sectors of Web3. Now, March 22nd, they're going to have their new roadmap release, so we're all going to see what's on that. So make sure to follow their Twitter and pay close attention to that. But the coolest thing about this project, guys, is they have actual fun utility that they're working on here. Even though it started as a kind of a joke, like what Dogecoin did, Shiba Inu was based on the most popular dog in the world, but Elon Musk, he made this post a while back in 2021 saying, "My Shiba Inu will be named FLOKI." And so that's where FLOKI came to fruition. So there's really three main large caps that I'm paying attention to this bull run. Sure, there's like PEPE and BONK and DOGWIFHAT. They're going to pop up and do very, very well. But Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and I believe FLOKI will be a major performer. And one of the biggest reasons why is because they're positioning themselves in the gaming industry, because artificial intelligence and gaming are going to absorb a massive amount of liquidity. FLOKI can categorize themselves as a gaming project. So when retail starts coming back in the industry and we see this game improve and we see more users, come onto the game and start playing it, it makes it fun. And so the FLOKI team is doing a lot of aggressive advertising. As you guys can see here, the Bitcoin halving is on the horizon and FLOKI is taking center stage in New York for the next 3 months, underscoring their commitment to be known as the most used cryptocurrency in the world. And so they're coming for, PEPE, they're coming for the top spot, and they're doing some aggressive marketing campaigns that everyone is going to take notice of over the next few months. They also keep doing massive token burns. Just today, 772,000 in FLOKI was burned over the last week, making FLOKI deflationary compared to other memes like Doge, PEPE, SHIB, BONK, and WIF. And these burns are driven by two key products, which is their FLOKI staking program, which has a 5 to 20% early unstake penalty fee, which comes in the form of FLOKI tokens, which is burned perpetually whenever a FLOKI staker unstakes early. So that's incentivizing long-term holding and growing their deflationary model. Number two, the FLOKIFI locker, DeFi crypto locker protocol, which buys and burns FLOKI tokens for every successful transaction on the Ethereum and BNB chain. Because when you look at Shiba Inu, you'll see that the contract is only on the Ethereum blockchain, whereas when we pull up FLOKI, it's on Ethereum and it's also on Binance Smart Chain, which is massive because that allows for lower gas fees. And so when we look at it on, Binance, also on Uniswap, it's on PancakeSwap with over $3.5 million in trading volume. So as Ethereum becomes more popular, closer to the potential Ethereum ETF news happening, well, when Ethereum passes the all-time high, gas fees are going to go up. So when retail comes back into the market and they see that spending $500 to get some Shiba Inu, when the gas fee is going to be upwards of $500 to $1,000, it's going to make it impossible for them to get any. So they're going to look further down the list and see that, okay, I can get some FLOKI on the Binance Smart Chain for like a $1 gas fee. And so that's where I think FLOKI is positioning themselves to absorb the majority of that liquidity is from overseas trading volume. Because a lot of these meme coins, guys, if you're in the United States, you got to realize that over in areas like Japan, Thailand, China, they're more excited about stuff like that. They made Pokemon popular, and so they're more excited about meme coins than people in the United States are. And so that's what's going to cause FLOKI to see a massive amount of liquidity flow in. Also, when you look at other projects, for example, like Katana Inu, they added a Shiba Inu in-game character for their fighting game right here, and they more than likely would add FLOKI and the other top projects. And so these projects are giving free advertising essentially to the large caps. And when Shiba Inu had their reward token BONK is sitting at $230 million market cap. And if we click on market cap and go to the all-time high, it was upwards of $465 million. Now, FLOKI's reward token is called TokenFi, and it was just launched back in November of 2023, so it's brand new. The all-time high for this project is only $97 million, and it's currently sitting at a $62 million market cap. It's on the BNB smart chain, it's on the Ethereum blockchain as well. And the reason why TokenFi is going to be a massive player this bull run is because big banks are entering into the world of tokenization, and this was published by TokenFi. And if we go ahead and highlight this, I'm going to read some of this for you guys. So check this out, because the world of finance is going to completely shift over with big banks and payment providers using new tech on the blockchain to make things run smoother and open up new possibilities for their corporations. So Citibank is making waves by using the Avalanche blockchain to turn ownership in private investment funds into digital tokens. And so this step not only pushes the banking industry forward, but also puts the spotlight on TokenFi's vision to change assets from the real world, like houses or art, into digital pieces that can be traded and owned by anyone, even in small amounts. So let's talk about why this is a big deal and why TokenFi and FLOKI are positioning themselves in the real world asset tokenization space. Because simply put, tokenization is the process of converting rights to an asset into a digital token on the blockchain. Now, rather than just some pie in the sky thing, who's actually adopting this and who actually believes in this? Well, as you guys know, BlackRock, one of the largest company in the world that virtually controls the media, the CEO at the helm of that ship, Larry Fink, love him or hate him, he's the reason why, Bitcoin passed the all-time high before the halving, because he's saying stuff like this.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities.
So this isn't going away, guys, and you're preparing yourself for the flow of liquidity that's going to happen in the real world asset space. And what's great about tokenization is that opens up the chance for more people to invest in things, stuff that only rich people, the big time spenders, the ballers that got the big yachts and the $50 million, $100 million mansions that can afford those $1,000 Ethereum gas fees. Well, rich people that could get in before, but whereas average everyday retail that can't get in and buy, a multi-million-dollar mansion, when you break down the ownership into bits and pieces that are digital, more people can get in on the action, and you can have hundreds of your friends or your relatives investing in a multi-million-dollar mansion that is going to appreciate in value as real estate gets larger, or plots of land or digital art. And so it makes it easier. It makes it more fun to sell your share, and it might even cost less to buy or sell these digital bits. Now, tokenization is offering the prospect of improved transaction efficiency in the overall markets that are typically hard to liquefy, because over the last 5 years, the financial entities that have been investigating the application of blockchain technology to bring tokenization to a grand scale effectively, it's now uncommon to find notable first and second tier banks without some involvement in digital assets or blockchain initiatives. A growing number of these institutions are seriously examining the possibility of converting tangible assets into digital tokens, because in early 2023, ABN AMRO, a bank in the Netherlands, made waves by creating a special bond worth $450K using a blockchain system called Stellar XLM. And other big banks like Goldman Sachs and Santander are also helping out with a massive $100 million bond JP Morgan dove into as well, using tokenization to shuffle money between different currencies. And so experts at Boston Consulting Group are saying that by 2030, all kinds of things we don't normally trade easily, like buildings, real estate or oil, might be worth a whopping $16.1 trillion as tokens. So there's 4 big benefits of tokenization for banks according to TokenFi. Number one, quick and smooth deals where normal trades can be slow because of all the back and forth checks. But with tokenization, you can trade almost instantly because all the info and rules are part of the token. And for example, issuing a bond using tokens on the Polygon blockchain is what Simon's did. And number two, everything runs on autopilot. So tokenization means lots of routine tasks can run themselves. So things like doing the math on payments or making sure rules are followed can happen automatically. Hong Kong's government used this trick for green bonds with Goldman Sachs' help. Number three is small slices for everyone. Usually, like I just said, only rich people can invest in big things, big buildings and new companies because they have massive cash flow and they have big pocketbooks, where tokenization cuts these big investments into lots of little pieces so more people can buy in. For example, in April of 2023, a bunch of people managed to own part of tokenized gold, and it hit a market cap of over $1 billion. And number four, a clear picture of transactions. Blockchain keeps an exact record of every trade so that make things very clear for banks and businesses because they can see everything in one place. So there's no need for big complicated systems to track transactions anymore. And by adopting tokenization, banks can streamline their services, offering their customers a smoother experience. The old ways, including lots of paperwork and waiting periods, often resulting in frustrated customers and a high cost of doing business. So while Citibank's experiment is relatively new and they're testing things out, TokenFi, they're already positioning themselves as an early adopter and leading innovator in the tokenization space. And TokenFi's philosophy and operations revolve around converting real-world assets into tradable digital tokens, affording partial ownership and liquidity in assets that might otherwise be illiquid or inaccessible. And the significance of TokenFi extends just beyond asset tokenization. It represents a user-centric platform that bridges the gap between complex blockchain technology that most retail don't even understand because retail are just looking for the best meme coin that's going to make them the most money, and everyday investors that just want to get in the space because with TokenFi's proprietary mechanism, anyone on planet Earth can tokenize assets easily without required technical expertise or extensive blockchain knowledge. And so when we go to tokenfi.com, their website, they say the standardized tokenization process is painful, it's slow, and extremely expensive for the average user. And so they're giving the average user access to create a token or tokenize real-world assets in a simple all-in-one platform without writing a long line of code. And so that's extremely attractive for new people getting in the Web3 space because through their education platform, they can educate people on real-world assets, tokenization, cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, and then drive them in through the TokenFi system because the tokenization of real-world assets is projected to be over $16 trillion by 2030. So the market cap of TokenFi sitting at only $61 million. If over the next 7 years, $16 trillion is going to flow through this industry, they're positioning themselves at the perfect time and they're offering multiple solutions. The TokenFi token launcher, where you can launch your own ERC20 or BEP20 compliant tokens like FLOKI, for example, without touching the line of code. And so when we click launch app, you basically choose your token type, ERC20, or, if you want to do it on the Binance Smart Chain, which it looks like that's going to be coming soon, but you can launch an NFT project as well too, ERC721, launch a multi-token project, ERC115 for the new protocols, both fungible and non-fungible in one contract. So really, really simple. Once you select the token type, you upload the collection logo, you choose the name of the token, the symbol of the token, decimal precision of the token, and then the treasury wallet, and then the token supply, the max supply, and then featured tokenomics like transaction fees, burn fee, reflection, buyback liquidity, confirm and create token, and then you can track all of your tokens right here when you connect your wallet. Now, they did an AMA on their Twitter recently for both FLOKI and TokenFi, and a member asked about the TokenFi Connect and how that will operate. So the head of operations said that TokenFi's whole unique selling point is that it will build on the assumption that everyone using the platform is a complete novice with zero crypto experience, which is virtually 99.9% of the industry, that are coming in. A lot of this stuff is over everyone's head. It's even over a lot of my head, but we know how to position ourselves properly to make the most amount of money. And in its designing to give them all they need from clicking the first button to launching a very successful crypto project. So TokenFi simply goes beyond simplifying the technical process of launching and raising funds for a crypto project, because with TokenFi Connect, we're actually making the process of connecting with key industry players, be it exchanges, market makers, institutional funds, and more, happen in just a few clicks. For example, DWF Labs is a FLOKI partner and recently entered a deal with them to purchase $10 million worth of FLOKI. Not everyone can have easy access to a big player like DWF Labs and others. With TokenFi Connect, they simplify the process of connecting with key industry movers and shakers like this by making it so easy that projects just need to click a few buttons and input some details. So the next project that will get $1 million or 10 or more from DWF Labs or others could very well be one that did it through TokenFi Connect. I mean, for most people new to crypto, they won't even know where to go and how to go about connecting all of these key players, exchanges, market makers, different hedge funds, etc. But with TokenFi Connect, they just need to click buttons and fill out forms. And Token is the main utility token of TokenFi Connect, and usage of the platform will make Token net deflationary. Now, when we look at TokenFi on Certic, it gets an 85.78 out of 100. The fundamentals is just 55, so that's why it's lower than, like FLOKI or SHIBA INU, but it's in the top 10 percentile. And when we look at the chart, it saw a breakout of 3 cents, upwards of 9 cents alongside FLOKI. So when FLOKI does well, I would expect TokenFi to do well. Considering it's a low cap below $100 million market cap, it could actually do even better. When we look at this chart right here, it broke out of the accumulation phase and it's seen a sell-off and a correction going down into Bitcoin's halving. And so we're looking at this zone of support between 5 cents and 0.057 right here. If we were to see a sell-off into the zone, the RSI is sitting at 50 right now. We were in overbought conditions at 88, so the market did need to see a cool off alongside Bitcoin. And on the right hand side of the screen, if you guys see Bitcoin's chart, where we can compare to where we are last bull run is when Bitcoin was retesting the all-time high right here. You could see Bitcoin rallied upwards of about $19,500 and then saw a sell-off of about 16% and then consolidated sideways for about 21 days before passing the all-time high. And then these massive green candles came in on the 3-day chart, pushing Bitcoin from 18,900 upwards of 21K, then upwards of 24K, and then a little micro sell-off right here on the 3-day of 10%, and then Bitcoin continuously trended higher. So if we see something similar play out as we did last bull run, again, anything could happen. We could see a much deeper correction. We could see Bitcoin do something like what happened back in 2016, where we saw Bitcoin rally upwards of $773, even near the all-time high. We saw these deeper corrections take place of about 32% that happened before Bitcoin trended higher. But the thesis remains the same: is if the Federal Reserve, guys, continues to print more money, inflation stays high, cost of living goes up. It's called forced asset appreciation. Real estate continues to trend higher, crypto will continue to trend higher. And as long as these hedge funds, these institutions, and these massive portfolio capital companies like BlackRock, Van Eck, ARK Invest, Bitwise, massive banks, payment providers, as long as they're flowing into the crypto industry over the next decade and Bitcoin continuously trends higher, then altcoins like FLOKI, low caps like TokenFi are going to do very, very well. So where I would be looking to accumulate more TokenFi going into Bitcoin's halving, it doesn't mean that you should, but we watch this support zone right here of around 5 cents because I believe there would be a bounce to the upside when Bitcoin passes the all-time high again and goes back into price discovery. So when we look at TokenFi's Twitter, guys, they got 43,000 followers and the engagement on their posts is very, very good because they're a part of the FLOKI ecosystem. And right here, you can see March 15th, just a few days ago, 966 likes, 300 retweets, 41 comments. This one right here, 42,000 reach for this article that came out about asset tokenization. And so as Larry Fink continuously does more interviews publicly like what I just showed you, people are going to be looking for the top or real world asset tokenization projects, and they're going to be looking for how to create their own tokens. Then they're going to be diving into the meme coin space. They're going to see how TokenFi is connected through FLOKI, all a part of the same team. That's why I'm bullish on both of these projects. But as always, you guys should do your own research. And if you guys want to unlock early access to the Insider's Guidebook for discovering the next 100x altcoins in this industry, because lots of them are going to be popping up over the next few years, then all you need to do is go to bullrunners.com, click the button on the page, put in your best email address. You'll be instantly subscribed to our daily video newsletter for free. You'll get access to our private Telegram group, and you'll be notified first when we launch our crypto education platform, giving you the best information to help you prepare for the worst that's yet to come in this economy. Because together, we're backing up our truck all the way to the bank. Beep, beep, beep. boom, backing it into the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to keep going down in value. That's a fact. Blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, cryptocurrencies, real world asset, gaming, artificial intelligence, meme coins are going up in interest. That's the truth. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.